Dr. Andrei Choulika, Cellectis listed on the Nasdaq at 41.50 back in March. You were already trading in Paris on the Euronext. The stock has come down with the rest of the biotech sector. So before we talk about Cellectis in particular, why don't you talk about what's going on right now with the drop in biotech shares?
Well, it's very difficult for me to comment the whole global economy. Obviously, there is a strong bearish movements, but what I can say is about the immunotherapy and generally the CAR T sector, that there is a lot of I'm super optimistic about what's happening in this space, and there's a lot of things that will come in the near future. So, well, the current trend of the market doesn't mean mid-term trend. So you have to remain very optimistic about it.
All right, why don't you talk about the CAR T space that Cellectis is in? And immunotherapy it's using people's own cells to fight cancers that are attacking the body, right?
Yeah, currently the current approaches to CAR T cells is where you can take personal human cells, so their own T cells, and train them to go and attack cancer cells. If this happens, then the cell will be, the tumor will be melted down by the T cells, but you cannot use the T cell from one person and, for example, a healthy donor and give it to a cancer patient, because these T cells will attack all his tissues randomly. And this is something that is not possible, but Cellectis is bringing a new technology through gene editing that would allow to make these off-the-shelf T cells.
Why don't you talk a little bit more about gene editing, because it sounds like an interesting term.
Well, gene editing is a term that was almost invented by Cellectis back 15 or 16 years ago now. So we're the first company in the world doing gene editing a long time ago, and we have some of the technologies that are the most advanced in the space. Gene editing is the way to modify DNA inside the cell, genes, in a very subtle way. It means you can shut down a gene, you can correct a mutation, you can replace a gene by another without shearing the rest of the genome into pieces or throwing a piece of DNA randomly. This is gene editing.
And right now, this is a very hot space. You have Kite Pharma's in it, Bluebird Bio, Juno. So how does Cellectis stand out amongst all these competitors? What do you do differently?
Well, now, how you want to be a person would be treated by current cell CAR T therapies. Patient comes in, you draw blood, take the T cells out, put the CAR inside, and re-inject the cells, and the cells will start fighting the cancer. This is the current procedure with our competitors. The procedure we're bringing is called allogeneic T cells, or universal T cells, where you take, the patient comes in, open the fridge, pulls out a vial that is not his own T cells. There will be gene-edited T cells with a CAR inside that recognize specifically his tumor, and this will be injected directly to him. So the big benefit for the patient is the following. Most of the patients sometimes don't have enough T cells even to make a product, so they're out of the trials. The second thing, it's more comfort for the patient because he can have immediately the treatment. The third point that is very strong, it's also the cost induced by this, would be, I hope, way more effective and in the current range of the most the immunotherapies.
And where are you right now with regard to clinical data? So why should someone jump into your stock now? It's come down clearly, it's below where it was a few months ago, but why should someone get into your stock now as opposed to waiting for more clinical data?
Well, I'm not really giving any advice to buy stocks from the company because it's not my job, but we're currently at the verge of entering clinic. So now either our product works, and it would be a tremendous paradigm change in the space, and then the stock, I hope, will be appreciated, or the product fails. So it's a real moment where the dice rolls.
All right, so talk about the timeline as to when we're going to see some clinical data come out where people can get some hard facts on what you're doing.
Well, we're entering clinic by the end of this year, and I think solid clinical data intermediate clinical data should come next year.
All right, we're going to be looking for it. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching The Street.